thank you guys for joining us again. We're day two. The Marquee Show 2024, and we're here with the great DJ Axcess.
Hey, what's up, guys? Happy to be here.
Yes, thank you for being here. I know we were trying to get you at Midwest. You know, there was a lot going on. Yeah, and Jeff was hunting for you.
That's okay. You know, we want to let it simmer a little bit, build the anticipation.
I love somebody who issues challenges, man. He issued a challenge.
You guys want to start that first?
No, really. Tell us what you do, man, and how long you've been doing it, and just tell us a little bit about you. Then we'll jump into that.
Sure. So I started off as a break dancer. Came to a party at the Ohio State University, and someone saw me doing my thing, and someone was like, "Hey, you want to make money doing that?" And I was a broke college kid, so I was like, "Absolutely." Started dancing at bar mitzvahs, and one day the DJ didn't show up. So, I was typically the guy at the party with the iPod or I think it was like a Rio Karma at that point before the iPod. And I was like, yeah, let me try it. And I was terrible. All I did was I played Justin Timberlake and Michael Jackson because that's all I knew as far as what people, the general public wanted to dance.
Was it on repeat?
Not actually repeat, but pretty much. Anytime I was like, I don't know what to play, I would either go to Michael Jackson or Justin Timberlake.
So how did the kids react to that?
I don't remember anymore. They had enough fun.
Okay, people have sat in this chair today and blocked the events out their life.
Yeah.
When it's trauma, you will erase it.
Yes.
But that's cool.
He did Men in Black to himself.
You got it.
But I don't have it in my head that it was a bad experience. I just remember saying that I don't want to do that again. Next time I'm going to do this, I'm going to be competent. And so I bought, some Fisher Price gear, whatever it was at the time, and then fell in love with the craft from there. And then now I've been able to, instead of being a dancer at the parties, I was a DJ. Then I worked my way to MC. So that was my first time in front of a crowd. I was like on a microphone doing this stuff. Started DJing college parties, and then from there it was weddings and sporting events and corporate. And just kind of as people asked me to do more things, I just kept saying yes and kind of started to build my repertoire and skills.
Wow.
So how did you get the name DJ Axcess?
That's a fun story. So I was DJing in my college dorm, and I was started on CDs, right? So I had my CDs, and I went to this class, Engineering 101 or Computer Science 101, and they're talking about this program, Microsoft Access, and everyone else is falling asleep in class, and I'm going, this is it. This is how I organize my CDs. This is how I organize it. So before Serato, if we needed a song, I'd have my book, and my book would have all the songs in it, and I'd look through, and I was slow.
Flip it.
Yeah, exactly. Now I was slow. So now I could go on my laptop, type in, I wasn't even hooked to Serato, I'd have my laptop there, type in whatever song I wanted, it would say CD3, track 5. Boom, go to, whatever CD3 was, pop it in, and now I'm mixing quickly.
Ingenuitive minds just working.
Wow.
So my roommate saw that I was doing that I was DJing, I was, little dorm party, whatever, and they're like, what do you got Axcess open up for? And I'm explaining to him, that's the nerdiest thing I've ever heard. You should be DJ Axcess. And everyone's laughing at me, making fun of me. Oh, DJ Axcess. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to be DJ Axcess. And the worst part of that story, everything to that story is good. I love that story. But the worst thing I did was I put that X in there. And so now every time I say DJ Axcess, I got to say DJ Axcess with an X. And that X is the bane of my existence, but I realized it too late, and I feel like a rebrand just wouldn't be worth it. Like the brand's good now.
That's good though. Because it gives you something else to say your name twice. DJ Axcess with an X.
I like that. That's cool.
Yeah,
that's a cool way to look
at
it. But I'd rather, and everything I do now, I make sure it's spelled correctly so that if they go on their phone, maybe it's, hey, DJ Axcess, thank y'all so much. I'm out. If they look on their phone, DJ ACCESS, they still see me. That would be the goal, rather than having to say with an X. Now it's fine.
Yeah, maybe.
It's really a good case of taking something that had a bad, part of it. It came from something where people were ridiculing you, and now When you see, have you seen some of those same people?
Oh, I did all their weddings, all of them. Wow. I DJ'd every single one of the people in that room's weddings.
And they don't make jokes about the name?
No. I mean, they make fun of it. It's like, hey, I gave you that name. Like, remember we said that. So it's become like, again, like you said, made a positive thing out of being ridiculed.
Wow. So at this point, do you think you have more love for DJing than dancing?
Oh, 100%. I mean, I gotta have some help if I'm actually dancing. You know, I do my little top rock or whatever it is, but if I'm actually dancing, you know, ooh, Mike's a little messed up. Are we allowed to curse?
Yeah, be you.
Yeah, Mike's a little messed up. He's out there doing his old routines, you know.
So you guys actually take time to put together a routine for bar mitzvahs?
Sure did. Yeah. So I didn't start this. There was a MC who I learned tons of things from, DJ Nate. He was just he was great on the microphone for a bar mitzvah, but then he would take it to the club and kind of add this like raunchy aspect to it, and I could not believe the things he was able to make people do at the clubs. I mean, nothing I would say on a podcast, but just, you know, he had a way, the confidence about him that if he said something on a mic, it was going to happen. There was no questioning of, man, is this a cool thing to do? Like, is he allowed to do that? Is he allowed to say that? There was none of that, and people would just do it. So I didn't adopt all of that, but I at least witnessed it to see, like, okay, this microphone thing has a lot of power if you use it correctly with some confidence.
Wow.
So I had great mentors, and that's why I try to do what I do on social media now. And, you know, every assistant that comes with me, I've trained so many DJs or people who've been profitable in a year, and, you know, they say, Mike, why aren't you doing a course? Why aren't you do that? Because I had great mentors, and they never charged me. Yeah. You know, I just try to.
So are you a single op or multi-op?
Single op, but I've done multi-op twice. I liked my issues to be my own. You know, I didn't like cleaning up messes.
I want my issues to be my own. Wow.
Well, that's a good way of looking at it. And it's important to do what you feel like is right for you.
True.
Yeah.
Because everything that you see is not always right for you.
No.
And sometimes it takes away.
So how many people did you get up to with your business?
So the first time I think I had 5-ish, you know, maybe 3 that were going out regularly, and then 2 that I could call if I needed to. And then the second time I had a business partner, so he ran all of the operation stuff, and then I just did sales and training and management of DJs. And I think we got up to maybe 10 with 5 guys who worked consistently. I still work with them, you know, they'll still book me out. I still send them my overflow. I just don't have a hand in the training, the sales, all that.
So what was it that caused you for it not to work for you? Was it rushing to them or not getting the proper guys, or what do you think it was?
I think it was that people don't treat the things that aren't their own. Yeah, people don't treat the things that aren't their own way. And I can give you the story, like the straw that broke the camel's back. I'll try and shorten it. But basically, I had the very, very short version is I had a DJ that tried to go do a gig when they had tested positive for COVID. And I really couldn't wrap my head around what they were thinking at that time. And I caught it in a very, it was the most random way that I caught it, because I was still, you know, managing things for COVID and things like that, but it's like, hey, Leek's not feeling good. And I was like, all right, cool, get him tested, yada, yada. And then on the Saturday morning, I was like, hey, wait, Leek's not feeling good. I wasn't really my responsibility to follow up on that, but let me just make sure that he's okay. Hey, Leek, what's up, man? You feeling good? He's like, oh, yeah, man, I'm feeling better, but I'm about to head to that wedding. And I was like, what? You just tested positive? We can cut out his name, shoot. He's like, well, I was like, what? You tested what? And then he still was trying to do the gig, and I had to be like, no, stay home, and then get him a new person. Hopefully we can bleep out the name. I didn't mean to say that.
No, it's all good. We'll
here's storytelling.
Hey, Rock, remember that.
We'll get it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Man, so, yeah, that could definitely cause some problems.
So let me ask you this. How long ago was it when you tried it for the second time?
So I must have been, the first time I stopped was probably when I started my day job with PNC Bank that I left in 2017. I was there for 5 years. So 2012 is when I got out of it the first time, and I probably got back into it in between 2015 and 2017. So
with where you are now, and with all of the training that you do with helping people with their business and the success that you're seeing from that, do you think that you may be ready to take on that venture, or you just don't want to do that? Because it seems like, just listening to what you've said thus far, it seems like right now you're in a different place than what you were then. And it's possible, and I'm not trying to push you into that you may be more prepared now than what you were then.
It's interesting. I feel ready. Like, if, let's say something hit the fan and I needed to become a multi-op owner, I feel ready. I felt ready back then. It was more of a wanting to. It was the
Well,
wanting.
I want to correct you on the ready thing.
Okay.
Now, there's a difference in ready and prepared. We're all ready, but are we prepared? So I'm not asking you if you're ready, because you can be ready and not be prepared.
What do you think the difference is?
Okay, well, everybody's ready for $1 million. I want to be rich. Is everybody prepared?
So do I have the systems in place right now that I could start a multi-op today, is what you're asking?
Not only that, here too.
Yeah, mainly here. Mainly upstairs.
No, at this point, I just don't want to. There may be a time when I want to. So maybe the ready and willing is where I get to prepare.
The willing is,
the willing part. I'm just really enjoying focusing on my brand, and I'm still getting the part that I liked about the multi-op was the training, and I'm still getting that just by having assistants and people who ask me questions on my platform. So again, I think if I really needed to, I could do it, but I'm just not wanting to right now.
Yeah. Oh, and I think that's a great thing either way. I just, for conversation wise, it just, food for thought. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So let's jump into the real reason why we got this young man on here.
Here we go.
Hold on.
Okay, all right.
Not yet?
I just want to clarify something. Mm-hmm. The real reason you got him on. Don't put me in there.
Okay. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it.
Wait a minute, hold on. No,
Mike's got to stick together.
No, it's not a bad thing, so it's not bad.
No, I know.
It's
not.
It's just what he said. So, do you want to tell us what you did? And
actually, I want to hear from your perspective, and then
but tell us exactly what you did. Then you can hear from my perspective.
So, you want to go all the way back, or just from the social media?
No, I just want to go from the social media.
Okay,
post.
so from the social media part, I posted a video. This was the second time that I'd worked with an organization, the Columbus Blue Jackets, in a long time. And I was like, oh yeah, the last time I was here, they asked me to fake my set because of me being on a lift and on turntables. That'd be a good thing to talk about. So I got in front of the camera and I said, hey, listen, I was just meeting with my buddy Derek from the Columbus Blue Jackets, and he brought up a good story of when I faked my DJ set. Basically, I was on turntables, they put me in a lift, and I realized very quickly that I couldn't confidently perform with just turntables and being on the lift, a very shaky lift. So we made the call to have them play my backing track and from the studio, and then I would scratch over it, live scratch over it. And in a sense, I was faking my DJ set, because if you were looking at it, everyone would think, oh, he's playing all the music, he's scratching, yada, yada. I was not playing the music, I was just scratching because that's what I felt comfortable doing. And I was sharing that as a piece of advice because I was not prepared at that moment to hear that. I was very nervous. I don't want to fake my set. What if people see it? Da da da. But thank goodness for Derek, who calmed me down and said, hey man, this is show business. Sometimes there's not the capacity to have people do the things that they're supposed to be doing up there, and they need some help from backstage. That's just how it is.
So I have a question before Mike jumps in. So what made you want to go post that? Because
had I seen that, had younger me seen something like that, maybe I would have been ready, and I wouldn't have been so, no, we can't do that. I got to play it live. Da, da, da. I would have been like, you know what? That makes sense. I remember this DJ Axcess guy talking about someone might ask you to fake their set. Sometimes the show is bigger than you as the DJ, and you have to do what you got to do to make the show good and do the best for your clients. So maybe if someone sees that now and go, hey, maybe sometimes it's okay to do this, or yada yada, and it helps them out. That's why I made the video.
So Mike, what were your thoughts on it?
Well, initially, I didn't have all of the information.
Oh, okay.
So, assuming, I was looking at it in a different perspective.
Sure.
Like, what? Faking it? So I really didn't know all of the story. So when I went back and looked at the entire video, I understood. But I think it's still, for me, I like the clarification of certain things, because sometimes people take what they want from something, and it went from sometime in difficult situations you fake a set to everything they do is fake. And that's the part that I look at, and I like to add clarification to. You did that for a reason, and this is not because you can't do it. This is because, bad weather, I can't drive, so I'm gonna let the autopilot drive for me. Versus, I'm just not a pilot at all, but I'm gonna act like I'm one.
Sure. And I maybe made the mistake. There's two parts. I'm not gonna lie. I know how. What do they call them? The catch. They're not called catchphrases. Clickbait. I know how clickbait works. I've been on YouTube a long time. I know how clickbait works.
Yeah.
I don't use it all the time, but I felt like this was a good moment to say, get people interested in the video and then explain myself. And I know that not everyone watches the full video. It was very clear from the comments that they didn't. And I'm old enough now, and I'm confident enough in my skills. And I thought that people, if you look at my page, I'm not faking everything, that it wouldn't go the way it did. But, it did go the way it did with getting a lot of attention. Did it get some negative attention? Sure. Did it help some people out? Maybe. So it is what it is. I'm confident enough in myself and my skills that I'm okay.
But the actual thing that you were doing, it made sense. And I'm trying to remember where I came down on it. I wasn't bad. I was on his side.
No, you were cool. We were just joking.
I was on his side. I was trying to defend him. I think you have to be realistic sometimes. You can't be on a sky lift bouncing up and down with turntables and a needle and expect it to work right.
Well, now this is something that hit me when we were talking about it. It made me go back to when I was younger with Run DMC. Remember when Jam Master Jay was coming out of the ceiling and he was scratching? And he was on, it wasn't no Serato, it was turntables. And I want to say he was doing it live, but sometimes I think he may have made an error, but it makes me wonder today, was he doing it live? Because of the conditions, because it's different. You're dealing with needles, and you can't hold that needle on there. And if that beam or whatever he's coming down on is not like elevator type.
Yeah, anything.
Yeah. It was a great point though.
And what so people have to understand is that if you go into a big music festival, now I don't talk to every DJ. I've never seen this live, but I talk to a lot of the people who do the live sound for these DJs, and you would be shocked at how many times people see me doing what I'm doing and they go, "Oh, you're actually mixing." And they are they are putting together massive stages, all this stuff, and they're just shocked that I want to actually play. This is not something that is uncommon. If you
So do you think the big people that attack you were offended because you might have been calling them on the carpet?
No. They're the big people that attack me are some of my idols,
No, I understand that, but do you think you could have been calling them out and they were offended because you even said that out loud?
Why do you think they attacked you?
Say again?
Why do you think they attacked you?
Because I think that they think, and I agree with them, that that's part of what's wrong with the industry, is that these people are up there pretending to do what we do as DJs and getting the shine that maybe they think they deserve. I think that's really what is at the core of it. Is they see me, they view it as me encouraging this faking your DJ set thing rather than.
I didn't see that at all. I saw
you understand,
it
these are at the core of these people's heart, these real DJing cats, who I was a part of, by the way. I used to use that hashtag. But I think it's at their core. It was a strike at their core. They are actually DJing. All these other guys who are bigger than them don't have to do it and get the same shine or more.
Wow.
And you can look at it from, if we flip it to this, it's the same thing when we talk about pricing. And when we talk about some of the price points that some people are at when they actually can't deliver. So a lot of us take that personal. So it's the same thing. It doesn't make it right. But I think sometimes we think that we're encouraging things by the way that we say it, because people, and we talk about this, people are so quick to discount. That's like automatically, instead of looking for something good in you, they're looking for something to discount.
Sure.
Yeah. But wow, no, I thought it was a good. I mean, it was an honest post. It was a good, and I don't know we don't know his true intentions, but I mean, it was just a post telling the truth about a situation that he was dealing with.
Yeah.
So I thought it was good, and it was just funny that because I don't know how I got on it either, but I got in the timeline and it was on my feed, and I saw all of the posts and everything, and I was like, who is this young fella talking about faking a DJ set?
And I think Prion Joni said it best. He's like, this is good information, but a lot of DJs aren't ready to hear it.
Yeah.
Now that is a good point. I will agree with that.
Yeah.
Producers talking. Give us a couple more moments, please.
Yeah.
I will agree with that. That timing is always important on a lot of things, and sometimes we just don't see it that way. The time is now, because sometimes you don't have the information that you need to have to say, you know what, no, this ain't a good time. So I will agree with that, but all in all, it happened.
All right.
So let me ask this. So where do you see yourself going within the next, 3 to 5 years with your company?
People are gonna think I'm crazy because you think a guy like me would be all about goals and things, but my only goal is happiness. I follow happiness maybe to a fault. I analyze each opportunity given to me, and I say, hey, is this gonna be a net happiness deal for me? Is it something that I'm looking for? Like right now, I had no goal to do this, but I got booked to do the opening set or the in-between sets between Colby Calais and Gavin DeGraw this Sunday. I didn't have on my vision board, do more large-scale things, work with more artists, but I just keep trying to make connections with people who have the same ideas that I do, and try to be happy. I see people who chase money, they're not happy. I see people who chase gigs, they're not happy. And I'm just trying to chase happiness, and whatever falls into those cracks, it's been working for me.
I think he answered our number one question we ask most people: what is your gym? And that's a gym right there. Chase happiness. Don't chase.
That's a DJ
Don't just
quote.
be in it for the money. Don't just be in it for. I got to do this. He's doing it because it makes him happy, and that's a good way to be. So, with all that said, and the producer getting on us, how do people get in contact with you, sir? How do they find DJ Axcess?
You'll see it. You find me at DJ Axcess Music, DJ AXCESS. Find me online. If you just type in DJ AX, I'm the first thing that pops up. And I just want to say thank you to you guys, Mike, JP, for having me on. Yeah. This is exciting.
The defenders of freedom.
That's right.
No, and follow him on Twitch.
He got some great content.
No, I enjoy sitting in with you on your show on, what is that, Thursday?
And his Instagram posts.
No, you've actually played, I'm like, man, that's a nice track. And listening to your show makes me realize, man, there's so much music that's dropped, on a daily basis. You know what it takes, how much work it takes to stay ahead? You almost have to pay someone that their only job is to download new music and organize it. And I think they can almost put in an 8-hour shift on that. Okay,
yeah, I'm sure. All right.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we want to thank you guys again, and we want to thank you again, DJ
next time
Axcess.
I'm on, I get to ask you guys some questions.
Oh,
right?
please. Please. We need to get you to come on the show so we can,
have time.
Have time, because right now it's not Wakanda. I'm in handcuffs. All right. Well, you guys have a good one. Again, this is day 2 at the Marquee Show 2024.
Chicago.
Peace.